everyone, and welcome back to Ms. Fluang English. I'm so happy you're here today because we're starting something special, a new series called Speak English Like a Pro. This is your English fluency podcast where you'll not only listen, but also speak, repeat, and practice real, natural English. If you're someone who can understand English but still feels shy or slow when speaking, this is for you. If you want to sound more confident, more natural, and more like a real English speaker, you're in the right place. Before we start, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Ms. Fluang English, and share it with your friends who are also learning English. And tell me in the comments, what's the most difficult part of speaking English for you? Is it pronunciation, grammar, or confidence? I'd love to know. Now, let's begin. Today's episode is all about sounding natural when you speak English. You'll learn how to stop sounding like a textbook and start speaking like a real person with flow, rhythm, and emotion. Let's start with this question. Have you ever felt like you sound too stiff or robotic when speaking English? Maybe you translate in your head first, and by the time you speak, the moment has already passed. I know that feeling. But don't worry, by the end of this session, you'll start to speak with more ease and confidence. Let's start simple. I want you to repeat after me. Hey, how's it going? Come on, say it out loud. Hey, how's it going? This is how native speakers say, how are you? In real daily conversations. It's short, friendly, and casual. You can use it with friends, coworkers, even strangers in a coffee shop. Let's compare. Formal English says, how are you? Natural English says, hey, how's it going? Can you feel the difference? The second one feels lighter, smoother, and more real. Now try another one. What have you been up to? This means, what have you been doing lately? But in daily life, no one says that full sentence. People shorten it naturally. What have you been up to? Let's say it again slowly together. What have you been up to? Try it one more time. Naturally, what have you been up to? Notice the rhythm? That's how native speakers make their speech flow. Here's a little fluency secret. English is not just about words. It's about music. The rhythm, tone, and emotion matter just as much as grammar. Let's practice this natural flow with a mini conversation. I'll play both roles. Just listen first. A. Hey, how's it going? B. Not bad. What have you been up to? A. Oh, just working a lot. You? B. Same here. I can't wait for the weekend. Now, let's practice together. I'll say the first line. You say the second one. Ready? Hey, how's it going? You say, not bad. What have you been up to? Just working a lot. You say, same here. I can't wait for the weekend. Nice. That's how you practice speaking English, not just learning it. Now let's move on to some powerful, natural expressions you can use every day. Instead of saying, I don't know, try, I'm not sure. It sounds softer, more natural, and often more polite. For example, are you free tomorrow? I'm not sure. I might have a meeting. Now your turn. Say it aloud. I'm not sure. I might have a meeting. Doesn't that sound smoother? Here's another one. Instead of saying I'm very tired, say I'm exhausted. Native speakers love using stronger, more expressive words. Try saying it with feeling, I'm exhausted. Perfect. You're doing great. Now let's talk about small reactions, those little sounds or phrases that make your English sound alive. When someone tells you something surprising, don't just stay silent. Try saying, really? No way! You're kidding! These small reactions make your English sound natural and emotional. Let's practice. A. Guess what? I met Taylor Swift last week. B. No way. Seriously? C. That's real English, full of emotion and rhythm. Now let's focus on one more area that makes a big difference how to agree and show interest. Instead of just saying yes or okay, native speakers say things like, yeah, totally, for sure, absolutely, exactly. I know, right? These short phrases help you sound more connected in conversations. Let's practice a quick one. A. This week has been so busy. B. I know, right? That's perfect for showing you understand and agree naturally. Okay, now I have a question for you. Which of these phrases do you already use, and which ones are new to you? Write your answer in the comments. I really want to know. And remember, don't just listen to this podcast. Speak with it. Repeat with me. Shadow my voice. Copy the tone, the rhythm, the emotion. That's how you'll train your mouth and brain to think and speak in English naturally. Before we finish part 1, let's review the key phrases we practiced today. Hey, how's it going? What have you been up to? I'm not sure. I'm exhausted. No way. I know, right? These are the building blocks of natural English. I want you to practice them throughout your day. When you see your friend, say, hey, how's it going? When you're tired after work, say, I'm exhausted. When something surprises you, say, no way. Practice in real life, and your English will start to flow. You've done an amazing job today. And trust me, this is just the beginning. In the next part, we'll go even deeper. You'll learn how to express emotions naturally, how to sound confident, caring, surprised, and enthusiastic, just like a native speaker. I'm so happy you're here for part 2 of our Speak English Like a Pro series. In part 1, we talked about how to sound more natural with simple, real-life phrases like, hey, how's it going? And I know, right? Today, we're going even deeper. We'll focus on how to express your feelings and emotions in English, not just the words, but the tone, energy, and attitude behind them. Because here's the truth, fluency isn't just about speaking fast. It's about sounding alive, connected, and real. So let's get started. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your English sounds flat? Like you say the right words, but it still doesn't sound like a native speaker? That's because emotion and rhythm are missing. Native speakers don't just speak, they perform what they say. They use their voice to show how they feel. So today, let's practice that together. Let's start with emotions you use every single day. happiness, surprise, and frustration. First, let's talk about happiness. When something good happens, you can say, "That's awesome. That's amazing. That's great news. I'm so happy for you." Say it with me and feel the energy. "That's awesome. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you." Good. But remember, it's not just the words. It's your tone. Try smiling while you say it. When you smile, your voice changes naturally. Let's imagine a quick dialogue. A. I just got accepted to university. B. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Can you hear the warmth and excitement? That's how English speakers connect emotionally. Now let's move to surprise, one of the most expressive emotions in English. You can say, "Really? No way. You're kidding. Are you serious? Let's practice together." "No way. You're kidding." Now imagine someone says, "Guess what? I met my favorite actor yesterday." You say, "No way. That's awesome." Notice how the tone rises with surprise. It's playful, curious, full of emotion. Okay, now let's practice frustration or disappointment. It's also an important part of real-life communication. Instead of just saying, "I'm sad" or "I'm angry," try saying, "I can't believe this. This is so annoying. Ugh, not again. That's so frustrating." Now repeat after me with emotion. "I can't believe this. This is so annoying." Good. When you speak like this, you sound more real, more natural, not like a robot, but like a person expressing real feelings. Let's try a small practice scene. I'll be A and you'll be B. A. I missed the last bus again. B. Ugh, not again. That's so annoying. Perfect. That's real-life English. Now, let's talk about a very important fluency skill, reacting naturally. In conversations, it's not just what you say, but how you respond. When someone speaks to you, you don't need to prepare a long, perfect answer. You just need natural reactions. Here are some great ones to use anytime. "Oh, really? I see. Right. Got it. Exactly. Totally." Let's practice those together. Ready? "Oh, really? I see. Right. Exactly. Good." These short responses show that you're listening, engaged, and interested. Now, let's use them in context. A. I started a new job last week. B. Oh, really? How's it going so far? A. It's been busy, but fun. B. Right. Starting something new is always a bit stressful. See how natural that sounds? It's not about long sentences, it's about flow and rhythm. Now let's talk about another small but powerful word, well. Native speakers use well a lot at the beginning of sentences to sound more natural. For example, "Well, I'm not sure." "Well, that's interesting." "Well, it depends." Let's say those together. "Well, I'm not sure." "Well, that's interesting." "Well, it depends." Can you hear how it gives you time to think while keeping the conversation natural? It's a great fluency trick, simple but powerful. Now, let's take a quick fluency challenge. I'll give you a situation, and you try to respond naturally using the phrases we just practiced. Ready? Situation 1. Your friend says, "I passed my exam." You say, "That's awesome. I'm so happy for you." Situation 2. Your coworker says, "The meeting got canceled." You say, "Really? That's great news." Situation 3. Your friend says, "I lost my keys again." You say, "Ugh, not again. That's so frustrating." Excellent. You're doing great. Remember, practice is not just about repeating words. It's about feeling the situation and responding naturally. Now let's take it one step further and practice how to start and keep conversations flowing. Sometimes the hardest part is just starting. You can use phrases like, "How's your day going? What's new with you? How have you been?" Let's say them together slowly. How's your day going? What's new with you? How have you been? And here's how a real conversation might sound. A. How's your day going? B. Pretty good. Just busy with work. You? A. Same here. Can't wait for the weekend. Natural, right? That's how English is used every day. All right, before we wrap up this part, let's do a quick recap of the key phrases and patterns you've learned today. For happiness, "That's awesome. I'm so happy for you." For surprise, "No way. You're kidding." For frustration, "I can't believe this. That's so annoying." For reactions, "Oh, really? I see. Exactly." And for starting conversations, "How's your day going? What's new with you?" Now, here's your practice task. Today, I want you to choose 3 of these expressions and use them in real conversations, or even just practice them aloud in front of a mirror. The more you say them, the more they'll become part of your natural English. Also, tell me in the comments which emotion is hardest for you to express in English: happiness, surprise, or frustration? I'd love to read your answers and help you practice in the next episode. You've done an amazing job today. You're not just learning, you're transforming the way you speak English. I'm so happy to see you again in part 3 of our Speak English Like a Pro series. You're doing an amazing job so far, and I hope you've been practicing the phrases from our last episode. If you haven't yet, don't worry. You can always go back, listen again, and repeat until the words feel natural on your tongue. Now, today's session is all about something that native speakers do every single day: agreeing, disagreeing, and sharing opinions naturally. This is one of the most important parts of fluency, because being fluent isn't just about answering questions, it's about expressing your thoughts clearly and confidently. It's about being part of real conversations, not just listening quietly. So, let's start with something simple: how to agree naturally in English. Most learners only use "I agree," but in real life, native speakers use many different expressions depending on the situation. Let's practice a few. Repeat after me. Absolutely. Exactly. That's so true. I couldn't agree more. You're right about that. Now, let's use them in short, real-life examples. A. I think it's important to take breaks when you study. B. Absolutely. You can't focus for hours without resting. A. I really enjoy learning English through YouTube. B. That's so true. It feels more natural than studying from a textbook. Can you hear how natural that sounds? These small phrases show confidence and help the conversation flow smoothly. Now, let's add a little emotion. Try saying them again, but this time, mean it. Absolutely. Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Good. When you say them with feeling, you sound more genuine and more fluent. Now let's move to something a little trickier, how to disagree politely. In English, disagreeing doesn't have to sound rude. Native speakers often soften their disagreement to keep the conversation friendly. Here are some natural ways to do that. I see what you mean, but I get your point. But I think that's interesting. But I feel that I'm not so sure about that. Well, I don't really agree with that. Let's practice those slowly, with the right tone. I see what you mean, but I get your point. But I think I'm not so sure about that. Now let's use them in context. A. Watching movies with subtitles doesn't help you learn. B. I see what you mean, but I think it actually helps beginners understand better. A. I think learning grammar is boring. B. That's interesting, but I feel that grammar gives you a strong foundation. Notice how these phrases make you sound polite, confident, and respectful even when you disagree. Now, here's a quick tip. When you start with something positive before you disagree, it softens your tone. For example, say, "That's a good point, but," or, "I see your point, but let's try it together. That's a good point, but I think there's another side to it." Perfect. Now, let's move to another key part of fluency: sharing your opinion. Native speakers often use natural sentence starters to sound smooth and confident. Here are a few to remember. I think, I believe, in my opinion, if you ask me, as far as I'm concerned. Let's repeat those together. I think, I believe, if you ask me, in my opinion. Now, let's use them in short examples. I think learning English with podcasts is really helpful. I believe that practice is more important than theory. If you ask me, pronunciation should be practiced every day. In my opinion, watching English shows is a great way to improve listening skills. Good. When you speak this way, your English sounds more thoughtful and professional. Now let's combine everything we've learned agreeing, disagreeing, and sharing opinions into one short dialogue. Listen carefully and try to shadow the conversation with me. A. I think speaking is the hardest part of learning English. B. Yeah, I totally agree. It takes time to feel confident. A. But I guess listening is also important, right? B. Absolutely. You can't speak well if you don't understand what people are saying. A. True, but sometimes I feel grammar just gets in the way. B. I see what you mean, but grammar actually helps you speak more clearly. Now let's do that again. This time, pause after each line and repeat out loud. Try to copy the tone, rhythm, and emotion. A. I think speaking is the hardest part of learning English. B. Yeah, I totally agree. It takes time to feel confident. A. But I guess listening is also important, right? B. Absolutely. You can't speak well if you don't understand what people are saying. A. True, but sometimes I feel grammar just gets in the way. B. I see what you mean, but grammar actually helps you speak more clearly. Excellent work. That's how you build fluency, one natural exchange at a time. Now let's talk about tone and confidence. When you share your opinion in English, it's not only what you say, it's how you say it. If you sound uncertain, people might not understand your message clearly. So try this. When you say your opinion, keep your tone steady and confident. For example, instead of saying, I think maybe learning English is hard, say, I think learning English is challenging, but it's worth it. Do you hear the difference? One sounds unsure, the other sounds confident and natural. Let's practice together. Repeat after me with confidence. I think learning English is fun. I believe everyone can become fluent. If you ask me, practice is the key. Nice job. Keep your voice calm, but sure, that's the voice of fluency. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick fluency challenge. I'll ask you a few questions, and I want you to answer out loud using the opinion starters we practiced. Question 1. Do you think it's better to study English alone or with a partner? Try answering with I think or in my opinion. Question 2. Do you agree that watching English movies helps you learn faster? Try starting with absolutely or I see your point, but question 3. What's the best way to improve your pronunciation? Try starting with if you ask me. Great work. Keep practicing those reactions and opinions daily. Now, before we finish today's session, let's quickly recap what you learned in part 3. You learned how to agree naturally. Absolutely. Exactly. That's so true. Disagree politely. I see what you mean. But that's interesting. But I think share opinions, I think. In my opinion, if you ask me, these are the building blocks of real communication. Now, I want you to comment below and tell me which phrase from today's lesson did you like the most? Which one will you start using this week? I'm so happy you're here again for part 4 of our Speak English Like a Pro series. You've been doing an amazing job so far, repeating the phrases, shadowing the dialogues, and building your confidence step by step. In today's session, we're going to work on something that many learners find difficult, keeping a conversation going naturally in English. Have you ever started a conversation, but then it just stopped? Maybe you didn't know what to say next. Maybe there was an awkward silence, and you felt nervous. Don't worry, this happens to almost every learner, but today, you'll learn how to fix that. You'll learn the secret of how native speakers keep conversations flowing smoothly without sounding forced or robotic. Let's start with a simple truth. A good conversation is like a game of catch. You throw the ball, and the other person catches it, then they throw it back. If you only answer with yes or no, the conversation ends. But if you respond and add something extra, the conversation continues naturally. For example, A. Do you like coffee? B. Yes. And the conversation dies. But let's make it better. A. Do you like coffee? B. Yes, I love coffee. I usually drink it in the morning before work. What about you? Now it sounds natural. You didn't just answer, you shared something, and you asked something back. That's how real conversations work. Let's practice that together. Repeat after me. Yes, I do. I love it. No, not really, but I like tea. Sometimes it depends on my mood. Now, try adding your own detail after each answer. For example, yes, I do. I love it, especially on rainy days. Or, no, not really. I usually prefer tea because it's lighter. Good job. Now let's move on to some natural conversation connectors, little phrases that help you respond smoothly and sound more like a native speaker. Here are a few common ones. Really? That's interesting. Oh, I see. Wow, I didn't know that. That sounds great. Oh, that must be nice. Let's say them together slowly. Really? That's interesting. Oh, I see. Wow, I didn't know that. That sounds great. Oh, that must be nice. Now, let's see them in context. A. I started learning English 2 years ago. B. Oh, really? That's great. What made you start? A. I just moved to a new city. B. Wow, that must be exciting. How do you like it so far? A. I usually study English after dinner. B. That's interesting. I prefer studying early in the morning. Can you hear how these small reactions make the conversation more natural and friendly? They show that you're listening and interested. Now, let's practice asking follow-up questions, another key to keeping a conversation alive. After someone answers, don't just stop. Ask a small question that connects to what they said. For example, A. I went to the beach last weekend. B. Oh, really? Which beach did you go to? Or A. I'm learning English for my job. B. That's great. What kind of job do you have? Or A. I love watching movies. B. Same here. What kind of movies do you like? You see? Every question keeps the conversation alive. Let's practice that pattern together. When someone tells you something, try replying with one of these. Really? How was it? That's cool. Why did you decide to do that? Wow, I love that too. How often do you do it? Try saying one of those aloud now. Imagine you're talking to a friend. Feel how natural it sounds. All right, now let's practice a short dialogue using everything we've learned so far. A. Hey, what do you usually do after work? B. I usually go to the gym. A. Oh, really? That's great. How often do you go? B. About 3 times a week. It helps me relax. A. Nice. I've been thinking about joining a gym too. B. You should. It's a great way to stay healthy. Now, shadow this conversation with me. Listen carefully and repeat after each line. A. Hey, what do you usually do after work? B. I usually go to the gym. A. Oh, really? That's great. How often do you go? B. About 3 times a week. It helps me relax. A. Nice. I've been thinking about joining a gym too. B. You should. It's a great way to stay healthy. Good. That's how real conversation sounds: friendly, easy, natural. Now, let's look at some transition phrases. These are words you can use to move from one topic to another smoothly. Native speakers use them all the time. Here are some examples. By the way, speaking of, actually, that reminds me. Oh, and another thing. Let's use them in examples. A. I love Italian food. B. Me too. By the way, have you ever tried making pasta yourself? A. I went shopping yesterday. B. Oh, really? That reminds me, I need to buy new shoes. A. I'm watching a new show on Netflix. B. Speaking of Netflix, did you see that new documentary? See how these small phrases make you sound more natural and connected? Now repeat them with me. By the way, speaking of, that reminds me, actually, oh, and another thing. Perfect. Let's do one more conversation practice this time. Try to focus on sounding relaxed and confident. A. I started cooking at home recently. B. Oh, really? That's awesome. What kind of food do you cook? A. Mostly Asian dishes. I love spicy food. B. Same here. Speaking of food, have you tried Thai curry? A. Yes, it's one of my favorites. Me too. I could eat it every day. Now, try to shadow that dialogue one more time with me. Feel the rhythm, the tone, the emotion. Excellent job. You're not just learning English words, you're learning how to connect naturally, just like native speakers do. Before we end today's session, I have a small challenge for you. I want you to start one short English conversation this week, maybe with a classmate, a coworker, or even online. Try using at least 2 of the conversation connectors we practiced today. For example, by the way, that's interesting. Or, speaking of, then come back and comment below this video. Tell me how it went. Did it feel easier? Did you feel more confident? I'd love to hear your story. You've made amazing progress today. Remember, every time you speak, even if you make mistakes, you're improving your fluency. This is part 5 of our Speak English Like a Pro podcast series, and today we're going to focus on one of the most powerful skills in English, starting a conversation with confidence. Now, I know that for many English learners, this part can feel really scary. You might think, what if I say something wrong? What if they don't understand me? What if it gets awkward? But here's the truth. Starting a conversation doesn't have to be hard or scary. It's just about using simple, friendly phrases and the right attitude. So in this session, I'll teach you how to start conversations naturally, even with strangers. Use friendly expressions that make people feel comfortable. Sound confident and relaxed from the very first word. Let's begin. 1. The mindset. Confidence first. Before we learn the words, let's talk about your mindset. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being friendly, open, and interested in the other person. When you start a conversation, you don't need perfect grammar. You just need a smile, eye contact, and a simple phrase like, "Hi, how's your day going?" Or, "Hey, nice to meet you." Remember this. People don't remember your grammar, they remember how you make them feel. If you sound friendly, people will want to talk to you. Now, let's look at some common ways to start a conversation in different situations. 2. Starting a conversation at work or school. If you're at work or in class, you can use these natural openers. "Hey, how's your morning going?" "Hi, did you finish the project?" "Hey, I liked your idea in class today." "Hi, how was your weekend?" "Hey, are you free later? Maybe we can study together." Let's practice together. Repeat after me. "Hey, how's your morning going?" "Hi, did you finish the project?" "Hey, I liked your idea in class today." "Hi, how was your weekend?" Great job. These are simple, but they sound natural and they open the door to real conversation. 3. Starting conversations in casual situations. When you meet someone new at a party, a cafe, or while traveling, try these. "Hey, how's it going?" "Hi, I don't think we've met before." "Hey, I like your jacket. Where did you get it?" "That coffee looks good. What did you order?" "Hi, are you from around here?" These are friendly, casual, and easy to respond to. Let's practice them slowly. Repeat after me. "Hey, how's it going?" "Hi, I don't think we've met before." "Hey, I like your jacket. Where did you get it?" "That coffee looks good. What did you order?" "Hi, are you from around here?" Excellent. Notice that you're not trying to be formal or perfect. You're just being friendly like how native speakers do in real life. 4. Responding naturally when someone talks to you. Now, let's imagine the other person starts the conversation first. How do you respond naturally? Here are some simple responses. "Pretty good. Thanks. How about you?" "Not bad. Just a little tired." "I'm great. Thanks for asking." "Good. It's been a busy day, though." Now, repeat them with me. "Pretty good, thanks." "How about you?" "Not bad. Just a little tired." "I'm great. Thanks for asking." "Good. It's been a busy day, though." Perfect. And remember, always return the question if possible. For example, A, how's it going? B, pretty good. How about you? That small question keeps the conversation balanced and friendly. 5. Starting conversations by finding common ground. One of the easiest ways to start a chat is to talk about something you both see or experience. For example, at work, "Wow, it's really busy today, isn't it? It's freezing in this office. Do you feel the same?" At school, "That lecture was interesting, right? I can't believe how much homework we have this week." At a cafe or restaurant, "This place has such a nice vibe. The music here is really relaxing." These sentences help you start a conversation naturally without forcing it. Let's practice together. "Wow, it's really busy today, isn't it? That lecture was interesting, right? This place has such a nice vibe." 6. using compliments to start a conversation. Compliments are powerful conversation starters when they're sincere. Here are some natural examples. I like your accent. Where are you from? That's a nice bag. Did you get it recently? I like your energy. You seem really positive. Compliments make people smile and help them open up. Let's practice saying them in a friendly, natural tone. I like your accent. Where are you from? That's a nice bag. Did you get it recently? I like your energy. You seem really positive. Excellent. 7. Starting conversations online or in English communities. If you're chatting online, maybe in a study group or English learning community, you can try these. Hey everyone, how's your English practice going today? Hi, I'm new here. Nice to meet you all. Hey, does anyone want to practice speaking later? Short, clear, and friendly, perfect for online English conversations. Repeat after me. Hey everyone, how's your English practice going today? Hi, I'm new here. Nice to meet you all. Hey, does anyone want to practice speaking later? Great job. 8. Practice conversation. Let's do a short practice dialogue using what we learned. A. Hey, how's it going? B. Pretty good. How about you? A. Not bad, thanks. I like your shirt, nice color. B. Thanks. I just got it last weekend. A. Cool. Where did you buy it? B. At a shop downtown. They have great clothes there. Now, let's shadow it together. Repeat after me, line by line. A. Hey, how's it going? B. Pretty good. How about you? A. Not bad, thanks. I like your shirt, nice color. B. Thanks. I just got it last weekend. A. Cool. Where did you buy it? B. At a shop downtown. They have great clothes there, perfect. That sounded natural and smooth. 9. Your practice challenge. Your challenge for this week is start one small conversation in English with anyone. It could be your classmate, a coworker, a friend, or even someone online. Use one of today's opening lines like, Hey, how's your day going? Or, Hi, I like your jacket. Remember, don't worry about mistakes. Focus on connection, not perfection. You did an amazing job today. You're not just learning English, you're living it. You've made it to part 6 of our Speak English Like a Pro series. That means you're serious about improving your English fluency, and I'm so proud of you for staying consistent. In the last part, we talked about how to start conversations confidently using natural openers, compliments, and friendly questions. But now comes the next step, how to keep the conversation going once it starts. You see, many learners can say hello or ask a simple question, but after that, they freeze. The other person says something, and silence. You don't know what to say next. Don't worry, that's completely normal. In today's session, we'll fix that together. You're going to learn how to respond naturally to common questions, how to show interest and keep the other person talking, how to add your thoughts, opinions, and reactions naturally. By the end of this part, you'll sound more relaxed, confident, and conversational in English. So, are you ready? Let's get started. 1. The secret. Keep it simple and curious. One big mistake learners make is trying too hard to say something smart or perfect. But real conversation isn't about perfection, it's about connection. Here's a secret. If you want to keep a conversation going, be curious. Ask simple, natural follow-up questions like, "Really? Why? Oh, that's interesting. What happened next? How did you feel about that? Did you enjoy it?" These questions are short but powerful. They show interest and make the other person feel heard. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. "Really? Why? Oh, that's interesting. What happened next? How did you feel about that? Did you enjoy it?" Perfect. You sound like a natural English speaker already. 2. Adding small reactions. In English, people often use short reaction phrases to show emotion and connection. For example, "Wow, that's amazing. No way. Really? That's so cool. Oh no, that's terrible. I can't believe that." These small expressions keep the conversation alive. They make you sound natural and emotionally engaged. Let's practice together. Say them with feeling. "Wow, that's amazing. No way. Really? That's so cool. Oh no, that's terrible. I can't believe that." Now say them again, but imagine you're really reacting to someone's story. Feel it in your voice. Excellent. 3. How to add your own experience. Another great way to keep the conversation going is by connecting the topic to your own life. For example, your friend says, "I went hiking last weekend." You can say, "Oh, really? I love hiking too. Where did you go?" Or if someone says, "I tried sushi for the first time," you can say, "That's cool. I remember my first time too. It tasted a bit strange, but now I love it." See? You share a small part of your experience, then ask a question back. That's how fluent speakers keep the rhythm of conversation. Share, then ask. Let's practice that rhythm. Share, ask, listen, react. Try saying this pattern out loud. Share, ask, listen, react. Perfect. That's your secret formula. 4. Keeping the energy in the conversation. Sometimes, conversations die because the tone becomes flat. You can keep the energy alive by using your voice go up and down naturally. For example, "Really? That sounds amazing." Instead of, "Really? That sounds amazing." Notice the difference? The first version sounds friendly and interested. Fluency isn't just about grammar, it's about rhythm and tone. Now, let's try together. Repeat after me. "Really? That sounds amazing. Oh wow, I'd love to do that someday." "Are you serious? That's crazy." Good. You're learning not only the words, but also the music of English. 5. Phrases to keep conversations flowing. Let's learn a few natural connector phrases that help you move from one topic to another. Here are some examples. "By the way, speaking of that reminds me. Actually, you know what? Let's use them in sentences. By the way, Have you seen the new movie everyone's talking about? Speaking of travel, have you ever been to Japan? That reminds me, I met someone who loves hiking too. Actually, I think I've tried that restaurant before. You know what? I might go there this weekend. Now repeat after me slowly and clearly. By the way, have you seen the new movie everyone's talking about? Speaking of travel, have you ever been to Japan? That reminds me, I met someone who loves hiking too. Actually, I think I've tried that restaurant before. You know what? I might go there this weekend. Beautiful. These transition phrases make your English sound fluent and smooth. 6. Practice dialogue. Let's put everything together in a natural conversation. A. Hey, how was your weekend? B. It was great. I went hiking with some friends. A. Really? That sounds amazing. Where did you go? B. We went to Pine Hill. It's about an hour away from the city. A. Oh, I've heard of that place. Was it crowded? B. Not really. It was quiet and peaceful. A. Nice. I love that kind of place. By the way, did you take any pictures? B. Yeah, a lot. I'll show you later. A. Cool. I can't wait to see them. Now, let's shadow it together. Repeat after me line by line. A. Hey, how was your weekend? B. It was great. I went hiking with some friends. A. Really? That sounds amazing. Where did you go? B. We went to Pine Hill. It's about an hour away from the city. A. Oh, I've heard of that place. Was it crowded? B. Not really. It was quiet and peaceful. A. Nice. I love that kind of place. By the way, did you take any pictures? B. Yeah, a lot. I'll show you later. A. Cool. I can't wait to see them. That was fantastic. You're building natural conversation flow. 7. Practice challenge. Your challenge for this part is simple but powerful. Have a 5-minute conversation in English and focus on keeping it alive. Don't worry about being perfect. Just listen, react, ask, and share. Remember, fluency isn't about knowing every word. It's about keeping the conversation going. You're doing so well. You're not just learning phrases, you're learning how to think and speak in English like a real native speaker. You've made it to part 7 of our Speak English Like a Pro Fluency series. In the last session, you learned how to keep conversations flowing naturally, how to react, ask questions, and share your experiences just like native speakers do. You're doing great. But now, it's time for one of the most powerful parts of speaking English, fluently expressing your opinions and emotions naturally. Why is this important? Because fluent English isn't just about using the right grammar or words. It's about expressing how you feel and what you think in a way that sounds real, confident, and natural. When you share your opinions and emotions, conversations become deeper, more personal, and more interesting, and people will remember you for how you make them feel. So in this part, you'll learn how to express opinions naturally, how to agree or disagree politely, how to talk about your emotions in real-life situations. Ready? Let's begin. 1. Expressing opinions naturally. Many English learners start opinions with, I think, and that's great, but fluent speakers use many other ways to sound more natural and expressive. Here are some examples. I believe, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned, to be honest, if you ask me, the way I see it. Let's practice saying them aloud together. Repeat after me. I believe, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned, to be honest, if you ask me, the way I see it. Great job. Now let's use them in sentences. I believe learning English every day makes a big difference. In my opinion, traveling helps you understand people better. As far as I'm concerned, being kind is more important than being right. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of spicy food. If you ask me, everyone should learn at least one foreign language. The way I see it, mistakes are part of learning. Now try repeating each of those sentences with emotion. Feel the meaning behind the words. 2. How to agree and disagree politely. In fluent English, agreeing and disagreeing is more than just saying yes or no. It's about responding naturally and respectfully. Let's start with how to agree. Instead of always saying, I agree, try these natural phrases. That's so true. I couldn't agree more. You're absolutely right. Exactly. That's a good point. I feel the same way. Repeat after me and imagine you're talking to a friend. That's so true. I couldn't agree more. You're absolutely right. Exactly. That's a good point. I feel the same way. Nice. You sound natural and positive. Now, how about disagreeing politely? You can't just say, you're wrong. That sounds rude. Instead, fluent speakers use soft, respectful phrases like, I see what you mean, but that's interesting, but I'm not sure I agree. I don't know about that. I get your point, but maybe I think it depends. Let's practice. I see what you mean, but I think there's another way to look at it. That's interesting, but I'm not sure I agree. I get your point, but maybe it's different for some people. I think it depends on the situation. Perfect. These phrases help you express your true thoughts while still sounding kind and respectful, which is very important in English-speaking culture. 3. Expressing feelings and emotions. Now, let's talk about emotions, how you really feel in different situations. When you express emotions naturally, your English becomes more human, more colorful, and more fluent. Let's start with some simple but powerful feeling phrases. Happy feelings. I'm so excited. I feel amazing today. That made my day. I'm really enjoying this. Sad or tired feelings. I'm a bit down today. I'm not feeling my best. I'm kind of exhausted. I just need a break. Surprised or shocked. Are you serious? No way! I can't believe it! That's unbelievable! Now repeat each group aloud. Let your voice express the emotion. I'm so excited. I'm a bit down today. Are you serious? Good. When you practice with emotion, your speaking becomes more authentic and fluent. 4. Sharing opinions in real conversations. Let's put it all together in a natural dialogue. A. I think online learning is better than classroom learning. B. I see what you mean, but I still prefer face-to-face classes. A. Really? Why? Well, I feel more focused when I'm in a real classroom. A. That's interesting. I believe both can work if the teacher is good. B. Yeah, that's true. It depends on the person too. Now, let's shadow this conversation together. Repeat after me line by line. A. I think online learning is better than classroom learning. I see what you mean, but I still prefer face-to-face classes. A. Really? Why? B. Well, I feel more focused when I'm in a real classroom. A. That's interesting. I believe both can work if the teacher is good. B. Yeah, that's true. It depends on the person too. Excellent. That's how fluent speakers sound calm, natural, and expressive. 5. Practice tip. Here's your challenge for today. Pick one topic you care about, like travel, food, or social media, and practice expressing your opinion in English. For example, I believe social media can be both good and bad. Or, to be honest, I think traveling alone is a great way to learn about yourself. Then, record yourself speaking. Listen to your pronunciation, your tone, your rhythm. Would you sound natural in a real conversation? If you want, share your favorite opinion sentence in the comments. I'd love to read it and reply to you. You're doing amazing so far. You're not just learning phrases, you're learning how to think and express yourself like a fluent English speaker. I'm so happy you're here. You've already made it to part 8, which means you're serious about improving your English, and I'm proud of you for that. Today, we're going to dive into something that really helps you sound fluent and confident. Expressing emotions naturally in English. Think about it. Every conversation we have with friends, co-workers, or even strangers involves emotion. Maybe you're excited about something. Maybe you're disappointed. Maybe you're surprised. The way you express emotion can make your English sound alive, real, and truly natural. Let's warm up together. Take a deep breath, and let's begin with a simple idea. In English, instead of just saying, I'm happy, native speakers often use more expressive phrases. For example, they might say, I'm over the moon. I'm so thrilled. I'm on cloud 9. These all mean I'm very happy, but each has a different feeling. Repeat after me. I'm over the moon. I'm thrilled. I'm on cloud 9. Can you feel the emotion when you say them? Try saying each one with energy and a big smile. That's how native speakers do it. Now, let's move to the opposite feeling, sadness or disappointment. Instead of only saying, I'm sad, fluent speakers might say, I feel down. I'm feeling blue. I'm heartbroken. Let's say those together. I feel down. I'm feeling blue. I'm heartbroken. Each one carries a slightly different emotion. Feeling blue sounds gentle, like you're just a little sad. But heartbroken is very strong. It means deep sadness, often about love or loss. Here's something interesting. In English conversations, it's common to combine emotion with small talk. For example, if someone asks, "How are you?" and you're not feeling great, you don't always have to say, "I'm fine." You can be more real and natural by saying something like, "I've had better days. I'm hanging in there. Not too bad, thanks for asking. Let's practice together. Repeat after me. I've had better days. I'm hanging in there. Not too bad, thanks for asking." Now, think about it. How do you usually respond when someone asks, "How are you?" Write your favorite expression in the comments below. I'd love to see how you use these phrases. All right, let's go a little deeper. When you want to show surprise, English gives you so many colorful options. Instead of just saying, "Really?" try saying, "No way! You're kidding! Are you serious? Wow, that's unbelievable." Try repeating these with feeling. "No way! You're kidding! Are you serious? Wow, that's unbelievable." Notice how emotion changes your voice. English is a language of rhythm and tone. When you raise or lower your voice, you bring your words to life. Now let's switch to expressions for anger or frustration, but remember, these should be used carefully. Native speakers often say, "I'm so fed up. I can't take it anymore. This is driving me crazy." Repeat after me. "I'm so fed up. I can't take it anymore. This is driving me crazy." These phrases are powerful. They show strong emotion, so you should use them only when you really mean it. All right, let's balance it out with calm and relaxation. When you want to sound peaceful or positive, try these. "I'm taking it easy. I'm just chilling. I'm in a good mood." Now repeat, "I'm taking it easy. I'm just chilling. I'm in a good mood." Can you hear how light and friendly these phrases sound? They're great for casual conversations like talking with friends on a weekend or chatting after work. Here's a quick real-life example. Imagine your friend asks, "Hey, what are you up to today?" You could say, "Not much. Just chilling at home." Or, if you're excited, you could say, "I'm over the moon. I just got a new job." See how emotion changes the energy of the sentence? That's the secret to sounding like a native speaker. Now, I want you to try something interactive. Think of one emotion you've felt this week: happiness, stress, excitement, anything, and describe it in English using one of the phrases we learned today. For example, "I felt down on Monday, but now I'm in a good mood." Can you do that? Say it out loud right now, then write your sentence in the comments below. I'll be checking. Let's move to another useful area, showing sympathy and understanding. When someone tells you bad news, don't just say, "Oh, okay." You can sound more caring with expressions like, "I'm so sorry to hear that. That must be really hard. I can imagine how you feel." Repeat with me. "I'm so sorry to hear that. That must be really hard. I can imagine how you feel." These phrases make you sound warm, kind, and emotionally intelligent, which is a big part of speaking English naturally. All right, let's do a short emotional dialogue to practice. Listen first, then shadow after me. A, "Hey, how are you doing?" B, "I've had better days, to be honest." A, "Oh no, what happened?" B, I just failed my driving test. A. I'm so sorry to hear that. Don't worry, you'll pass next time. Now it's your turn. Try repeating both sides of the dialogue. That's perfect. You're doing great. In this episode, we explored how emotions can transform your English from flat and robotic to alive and expressive. Remember, fluency isn't only about grammar or vocabulary. It's about feeling the language. Before we wrap up, here's a little challenge for you. Choose one emotional expression from today's lesson and use it 3 times in real conversations this week. It could be in an English class, with a friend online, or even when you talk to yourself while practicing. And don't forget, record yourself speaking, listen back, and notice how your tone changes when you express emotion. That's how you grow as a fluent speaker. I'm so glad you're here again. If you've reached part 9, that means you've stayed consistent, you've practiced regularly, and you're growing stronger in your English fluency every single day. You should be proud of yourself. In this episode, we're going to focus on something truly powerful: expressions for motivation and inspiration. These are the kinds of phrases that help you encourage others, lift someone's spirit, or even motivate yourself when things get tough. Because let's be honest, learning English, or anything new, isn't always easy. Sometimes you feel tired. Sometimes you doubt yourself. But when you know the right expressions, you can keep your confidence alive and help others do the same. Let's start with some encouraging phrases that native speakers often use. Repeat after me slowly. You've got this. Keep going. Don't give up. You can do it. Now say them again with energy and confidence. You've got this. Keep going. Don't give up. You can do it. Do you feel that power in your voice? That's what I want you to use when you speak English, not just the words, but the feeling behind them. These phrases are short, simple, but very emotional. You can use them in so many situations: when a friend is nervous before a test, when someone feels discouraged, or even when you need a little push. Here's a small conversation example. A. I'm not sure if I can pass this English exam. B. Of course you can. Don't give up. You've got this. Now repeat the dialogue with me. Try to sound natural and full of energy. Perfect. You're doing great. Now, let's learn some motivational expressions that native speakers often use in everyday speech. These are perfect for when you want to stay positive or encourage others to keep moving forward. Repeat after me. Believe in yourself. Every step counts. Failure is just part of the journey. Keep your head up. It's never too late to start. Let's say those again a little slower this time. Believe in yourself. Every step counts. Failure is just part of the journey. Keep your head up. It's never too late to start. These phrases are not only good English practice, they're also life lessons. Every time you say them, you remind yourself that learning is a journey, not a race. Let's try using one in a sentence. I know learning English is hard, but I believe in myself. Say that aloud with me. I know learning English is hard, but I believe in myself. That's beautiful. Now let's make it a bit more natural, like something a native speaker might say in daily life. Yeah, it's tough, but I'm not giving up. I believe in myself. That sounds more real, right? This kind of relaxed tone makes you sound fluent and confident. Here's another powerful phrase. If you are so, success doesn't happen overnight. It means big goals take time. So don't expect results right away. Just keep practicing a little every day. Say it with me. Success doesn't happen overnight. Good. Now let's talk about encouraging others, maybe your friend, your classmate, or a coworker who's struggling. You can say, I'm proud of you. You're doing amazing. I believe in you. Keep up the good work. Let's repeat together. I'm proud of you. You're doing amazing. I believe in you. Keep up the good work. You can use these not only in English conversations, but also in messages or comments online. Imagine someone posts about their English progress. You could comment, You're doing amazing. Keep it up. It's simple, but it means a lot. Now let's practice a short motivational dialogue. Listen first, then shadow after me. A. I feel like my English isn't improving. B. Hey, don't say that. You've already come so far. A. Really? Sometimes I just feel stuck. B. I know that feeling, but you're doing amazing. Keep going, you've got this. Now it's your turn. Try saying both A and B. Speak clearly and with emotion. That's excellent. The more you practice dialogues like this, the more natural your speech becomes. Let's continue with a few inspirational phrases that native speakers love to use. These are great when you want to sound wise, positive, or reflective. Repeat after me. Everything happens for a reason. What's meant for you will find you. Dream big and work hard. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The best is yet to come. Let's go through them once more. Everything happens for a reason. What's meant for you will find you. Dream big and work hard. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The best is yet to come. Each of these phrases has a deep meaning. For example, don't be afraid to make mistakes is something I tell all my students. Mistakes are not bad. They're a sign that you're trying. So the next time you say something wrong in English, don't feel embarrassed. Just smile and think, I'm learning. Because that's how every fluent speaker began, by making mistakes and learning from them. Let's do a quick reflection exercise together. Think about something you're proud of in your English journey. Maybe you can understand English podcasts better now. Maybe you can speak more smoothly. Say it out loud. I'm proud of myself for. Go ahead. Say it now. Beautiful. It's so important to celebrate your progress. When you do, you build confidence, and confidence is the foundation of fluency. Here's one final motivational reminder for today. Progress, not perfection. That means don't aim to be perfect. Aim to improve a little every day, because real success comes from consistent effort. Repeat after me one more time. Progress, not perfection. That's your key phrase for today. All right, my friends, you've done an amazing job. You've learned how to use motivational and inspirational expressions that make your English sound real, confident, and full of life. Before we end, I want you to write one sentence in the comments using any of today's phrases. It could be something like, I believe in myself, or I'm proud of my progress. I'll read your comments and cheer you on. I'm so proud of you for joining again. You've been practicing every day, repeating aloud, and improving your fluency step by step, and that's exactly how you grow into a confident English speaker. Today's episode is about something that makes you sound truly natural and persuasive when you speak English, expressing your opinions and agreement clearly and confidently. You see, native speakers don't just say, I agree or I disagree. They use so many natural phrases that show emotion, personality, and style. When you learn how to use these, your conversations become alive. You sound like you're really thinking, not just memorizing words. Let's start simple. Repeat after me. I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. You're absolutely right. That's exactly how I feel. Now say them again, but this time with emotion. I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. You're absolutely right. That's exactly how I feel. Do you feel the difference? English is not just about grammar. It's about tone, energy, and connection. Here's a short example. A. I think learning English every day is better than studying once a week. B. I totally agree. Consistency is everything. Now repeat that dialogue aloud. A. I think learning English every day is better than studying once a week. B. I totally agree. Consistency is everything. Perfect. Now let's talk about disagreeing politely. Many learners feel nervous when they have to disagree, but it's actually easy when you know the right phrases. English speakers often disagree in a soft, respectful way. Listen carefully and repeat after me. I see your point, but I think I understand what you mean, but I'm not so sure about that. That's an interesting idea, but I feel... Let's practice one in context. A. I think watching English movies is a waste of time. B. I see your point, but I think it's actually a great way to learn pronunciation and culture. Now you try saying both A and B with your own voice. Go ahead, speak it aloud. Nice job. That's how you sound polite yet confident. You don't argue, you express your thoughts clearly. Here's another phrase that's very useful. I kind of agree, but not completely. It's great when you partly agree with someone. It shows you're thoughtful, not just saying yes or no. Let's practice. A. Studying grammar is the most important part of English. B. I kind of agree, but not completely. Speaking practice is just as important. Now repeat that in your natural tone. Excellent. Now let's move to sharing your own opinion in a natural way. Native speakers often use soft, friendly expressions to begin their thoughts. Repeat after me. I personally think, in my opinion, to be honest, if you ask me, the way I see it, these expressions make your speech sound more personal and fluent. Let's use one in an example. To be honest, I think practice is more important than talent. Say that aloud with me. To be honest, I think practice is more important than talent. Beautiful. Here's another one. The way I see it, Confidence comes from small daily progress. That sounds like something you could actually say in a real conversation, right? It's simple but powerful. Now let's make your speaking more advanced with some persuasive expressions. These are perfect when you want to explain your opinion clearly or convince someone. Repeat after me. That's exactly why I believe. The main reason I think that is, what I'm trying to say is, if you think about it, from my perspective, these help you organize your thoughts and sound logical. Let's hear an example. If you think about it, speaking English every day builds confidence faster than studying rules. Say it with me now. If you think about it, speaking English every day builds confidence faster than studying rules. That's how fluent speakers build natural flow, connecting ideas smoothly with simple linking expressions. Now, let's make this interactive. I want you to answer this question aloud, using any of the opinion phrases we practiced. What's the best way to improve English fluency listening or speaking? Take a few seconds. Think. Then answer using a full sentence like, in my opinion, speaking is more effective because, or, I see your point, but I think listening helps more because. Go ahead. Say it now. Don't just think it, speak it. That's great. Even if no one is around, saying your answers aloud trains your mouth, your rhythm, and your confidence. Now, sometimes you need to agree enthusiastically in conversations, especially when you really like someone's idea. Let's practice a few natural phrases. You read my mind. That's so true. I was just about to say that. Exactly. Repeat after me. You read my mind. That's so true. I was just about to say that. Exactly. These sound natural and full of energy. You'll often hear native speakers using them in casual conversations. Here's a short dialogue example. A. I think learning English is easier when it's fun. B. Exactly. That's so true. Fun helps you stay motivated. Now try repeating both lines with me. Perfect. Now let's talk about expressing disagreement politely in professional or academic settings. When you want to sound respectful but assertive, you can say, with all due respect, I have a different view. I'm afraid I don't quite agree with that. I'd like to share another perspective. These phrases are formal yet friendly. Try this one. With all due respect, I have a different view. Say it again slowly and clearly. Good. You can use it in meetings, discussions, or debates without sounding rude. Now, let's put everything together in a short fluency practice. I'll read both parts first, and then you'll repeat after me. A. In my opinion, online learning isn't very effective. B. I understand what you mean, but I think it depends on how motivated you are. Your turn, go ahead, say it aloud. Excellent. You're really improving your natural flow. Before we wrap up, let's quickly review today's lesson. You learned how to express agreement, disagreement, and personal opinions with fluency and confidence. You practiced both casual and formal styles, and you used real examples that native speakers use every day. Now I'd love to hear from you. Write your opinion in the comments below. Do you prefer studying English alone or with friends? Use one of the phrases from today's lesson in your answer. I'll be reading and replying to your comments. I'm so proud of you for staying with me until now. You've practiced, repeated, and spoken out loud through all the previous lessons. You've learned how to greet naturally, express emotions, ask for help, agree, disagree, and share your opinions like a fluent English speaker. And today, we're going to finish strong. In this final part, we'll focus on ending conversations naturally, giving compliments, and showing gratitude, 3 things that make you sound not only fluent, but also warm, polite, and confident in any situation. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, smile. Let's begin together. Have you ever had a moment when you didn't know how to end a conversation in English politely? Maybe the talk was nice, but you didn't want it to feel awkward. Native speakers often end conversations softly, naturally, and with kindness. Let's learn some phrases you can use right away. Repeat after me. It was great talking to you. Anyway, I should get going. Let's catch up soon. I'll talk to you later. It was nice seeing you again. These are friendly, natural ways to close a conversation. Try saying them out loud now, one by one. Perfect. Now let's use them in short examples. A. It was so nice talking to you, Sarah. B. You too. Let's catch up soon. Here's another one. Anyway, I should get going. I've got class in 10 minutes. B. No problem. Talk to you later. You see how natural that sounds? There's no pressure, no awkward silence, just a smooth ending. Now, sometimes you're in a more professional or formal setting, like a meeting or a presentation. You can say, "It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for your time. I look forward to talking again." Repeat those slowly with me. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you for your time. I look forward to talking again. Beautiful. These are polite, confident, and easy to remember. Now let's move on to giving compliments, one of the best ways to connect with people and sound friendly in English. When you compliment someone, it makes them feel seen and appreciated. But many English learners feel unsure about what to say. Don't worry, I'll show you natural examples that fit daily life perfectly. Let's start with compliments about appearance. You look great today. I love your outfit. That color looks amazing on you. You have a beautiful smile. Now repeat them out loud with warmth in your voice. Excellent. Next, compliments about personality or skills. You're so kind. You're really good at this. I admire how patient you are. You did a fantastic job. Say them aloud with me now. Very nice. Here's an example conversation. A. I'm not sure if I did well in the presentation. B. Are you kidding? You did a fantastic job. You were confident and clear. Try saying that whole exchange now. It's a realistic way to practice speaking with emotion. Now, remember, this compliments sound most sincere when your tone matches your words. So, if you say, "You did a fantastic job, but your voice is flat," it doesn't sound real. Practice using your tone and facial expressions to make your compliments natural. Now, let's talk about expressing gratitude, one of the most important and beautiful things in any language. In English, there are many ways to say thank you, depending on the situation. Let's explore a few. Repeat after me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That means a lot to me. I'm so grateful for your help. You've been so kind. Now say them again, slowly, with real emotion. Feel it as you say it. Perfect. Here's a short conversation example. A. I helped you with your project last week. B. Yes, and thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. Another one. A. Thanks for listening to me today. B. Of course, I'm always here for you. These kinds of exchanges make your English feel alive, full of care, respect, and connection. Now, if you want to respond to a compliment or a thank you naturally, here are some easy and friendly expressions. Repeat after me. That's so nice of you to say. Thank you, that means a lot. No problem, happy to help. Anytime. I'm glad you liked it. These little responses show confidence and warmth. Let's put that into practice. A. You're such a great English speaker. B. Thank you, that's so nice of you to say. Another one. A. Thanks for helping me with my homework. B. Anytime. I'm happy to help. Now it's your turn. Try saying both sides of the dialogue aloud. Excellent work. Now, let's tie everything we've learned throughout this whole podcast series together. Over the past episodes, you've learned to introduce yourself naturally, hold daily conversations, express feelings, make requests, agree and disagree politely, and share your opinions clearly. You've also learned to end conversations smoothly, give compliments, and show gratitude. That means you now have the foundation to speak English fluently and confidently in almost any real-life situation. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. Fluency is not about speaking fast. It's about speaking clearly, expressing yourself confidently, and connecting with others through language. So keep practicing. Speak every day. Don't worry about mistakes. They are proof that you're learning. Now, let's do one final shadowing exercise together, a fluency wrap-up. Repeat after me, sentence by sentence. I'm proud of how far I've come. I can speak English more confidently every day. I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm improving. Say that again with feeling. Beautiful. You sound amazing. Before we finish, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments below, what was your favorite part of this Fluency podcast series? Which phrases did you enjoy the most? And which one do you use in your daily conversations? I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear your stories. If you enjoyed this series, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Ms. Fluent English, and share it with your friends who also want to speak English naturally and confidently. Remember, you are doing something powerful. You're not just learning English. You're unlocking new opportunities, new friendships, and new confidence. Keep speaking, keep smiling, and keep believing in yourself. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey to speak English like a pro. I'm proud of you, and I can't wait to see you in our next podcast. Until next time, keep practicing, keep shining, and keep speaking English with heart.